We're live. Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Johnson. I'm the CEO of 21 Studios and the founder of the 21 Convention and 21 University. Today I'm here with Ted Ryce. He's down in Miami, Florida. I'm up here in Orlando, Florida. Ted is a recent alumni speaker of the Under 21 Convention 2016, happened this past June. He's also a confirmed speaker for the 21 Convention 2016 in Miami, Florida, coming up this October. Ted is also the founder of the Legendary Life podcast and has been a fitness professional and entrepreneur for many years. Ted, welcome to the special live stream show. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, Anthony. Had such a great time speaking at the event in June, looking forward to Miami in October. And I can't believe it was just a year ago that I had you on my podcast when we first met.
Yeah, time flies. I remember that. And yeah, it's been a hell of a year. Yep. Oh, guys, I want to also mention too, and this is for Ted too. So before this call, we just had a long hour and 20-minute call for 21 University, an exclusive show we did with Ted where we got into more detail with what he does. So with a lot of sleep stuff, sleep optimization, health stuff, fitness stuff, entrepreneurship, and Ted's entire fascinating life story of adversity and overcoming adversity and becoming who he is today. So if you want to check that out, go to 21university.com and you can see the show very soon. We'll post the video up for you guys as an exclusive benefit. But Ted, can you tell us, so that's a little pitch for what we just did earlier. Can you tell these guys a little bit more about who you are and what you do for the guys that are new to you? Because you're a brand new speaker to them. Like you're alumni, but that's still pretty recent. So can you get into that for a second?
Sure. Well, I've been a health and fitness professional for the past 17 years in Miami Beach, Florida. I've worked with celebrities like Richard Branson, Robert Downey Jr., and Ricky Martin. Most of my current clients are CEOs of multi-million-dollar companies. And I'm a professional speaker now. Started this year. I spoke at the Under 21 Convention in June. I had my first keynote speech in April for a corporate event. And I've got speaking in October, and I've done a few other events and have a few more lined up next year. That said, and in spite of all my success and amazing opportunities that I have now, the path how I got here was not easy. I was born with no special talents, no special skills, not genetically blessed, and things came really difficult to me. In fact, I had to overcome a lot of tragedy, as you mentioned, and things that I went over in the talk in Orlando, and a lot of family tragedy, a lot of death, a lot of getting knocked down, and having to not only pick myself up, but reinvent myself and find a way to rise above the tragedies that I've been through, losing my mom, losing my brother, losing my sister.
Yeah.
So it has not been easy to get here, but I consider myself blessed with where I'm at in my life and the path that I'm on now.
Yeah, and I think it was really awesome that your opening speech, your first time speaking at the 21 Convention event, even though it was the Under 21 Convention specifically, your breakout talk at our events was about the overcoming adversity and the tragedies you've been through. And I think that was a really powerful way to start your experience off as a speaker at our events. And like people will see on YouTube later and on 21 University a little bit earlier, your story is one hell of a story. Mad respect, man. I think these guys are going to really appreciate it too when they see the talk and they get to experience it and watch the whole thing. So
yeah,
I was gonna say just kick-ass stuff. I just got the review copy too. I got it to you yesterday, so I'm excited to go through it, minute by minute and get to experience it too that way. Because I saw a lot of it live, but not all of it. So I really want to see all of it. But I know too that everyone who saw it was like blown away. I know some of the speakers in particular were really impressed, like Socrates. So
that's always great to hear. And yeah. I'm kind of new to this whole space, and I'm excited to finally be able to share this story because as I talked to you earlier in our hour and 20-minute talk that we just got out of, it took me a long time to get to this point to where I could share it in a way that I felt would help other people, because I didn't want to just share it as like another entertaining, tragic story that people can watch and then move on with their lives and have them not be affected in a positive way.
Yeah. Yep. No, I've had, some tragedies in my life too. Not on your level, but I've had some significant ones too. And yeah, these are things I thought a lot about too. when I gave my talk recently at the same convention you spoke at, the Under 21, I wanted to make sure people learned from it. And I took, a very deliberate time to figure out, like, what do I need to get across so that they walk away better, not just like entertained or like a holy shit face. So yeah, you've been
Yeah, I
through
thought
that.
you did a great job because, like I told you, I was like, I don't know, Anthony. I don't know about that. But I thought you did a fantastic job. And it's an important thing that not
Thanks.
a lot of people know about.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. A lot of people, they just see, with individuals that toxic, they think about the very obvious things, the violent stuff and the open manipulation. But yeah, it's an important topic for guys to understand. For women too. I mean, there's plenty of guys like that. So
Yeah,
anyway,
pretty crazy.
Yeah, crazy shit. You know it. Just with what you've been through. So let's move on to, so you spoke in Orlando about overcoming adversity. Now you're going to be speaking in Miami this October 20th to 23rd. What are you going to be talking about in Miami as compared to what you spoke about in Orlando, which is the talk they're going to see on YouTube eventually?
Yeah, well, the overcoming adversity, I'm like you said, I'm glad I started out that way.
Yeah.
But my wheelhouse is really health and fitness. And I say that health and fitness saved my life. And what I tell people is that health and fitness forms the foundation for success. And I know you and I are on that same page because I just had you on my show. And we went into how you got through your divorce and how focusing on yourself was a big part of that. And health and fitness played a huge role in that as well. In fact, you said you were stronger than ever physically because of how hard you were working out. And I did the same thing with myself. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about health and fitness and as it relates to men. And one of the things I see in the whole men's space in which I kind of started out in and then moved away from. And one of the reasons is I think it's important to philosophically examine what masculinity is, what gender roles, how gender roles have changed and what role men play in this modern world that we live in. But I feel like a lot of guys miss the bigger picture, the more fundamental part of who they are, and that's their physiology. Okay. Because so many of us don't feel manly enough, or we don't feel like strong or confident enough, and we feel like we lose our temper too often, or we don't feel motivated enough. And it has to do with understanding how you're built. You're a human machine. You're a biological machine. And just like a car that needs new tires and rotated tires and new oil and have its basic upkeep, our bodies need basic upkeep. And far too many of us men think that, oh man, I'm depressed because of this external life that I'm experiencing. Girls don't like me. I'm not killing it in my career. My business isn't going the way I want. I don't feel happy. I don't feel fulfilled. And maybe some of that's true. But what I tell people is focus on your fitness. Are you lifting weights? Are you doing aerobic exercise? Are you moving your ass enough? Because that's what makes the human machine thrive, the human man thrive. Are you getting good quality sleep? We just talked a lot about sleep.
Yeah.
Are you getting good quality sleep? Are you getting enough sleep? Because we know sleep in particular can have huge effects on how you feel, on your levels of stress, on your testosterone levels, which can affect your drive, which can affect your libido, which can affect your motivation to go work out in the gym. And I think that guys get a little bit too heady and they think, oh, I'm just not a fitness guy, or I'm not, a motivated person. And it really comes down to, you're out of shape. You're not taking care of yourself. That's why you feel like shit. Yeah. That's why you show up and don't have confidence in your work or with women. And I think some guys may need to go beyond that and perhaps get some dating skills and definitely develop their communication skills. But first, focus on improving what you got. And before even that, understand what you really are and how the way you feel and who you are has a lot to do with the hormones in your body, the hormonal fluctuations in the neurotransmitters, and stop thinking that this is really you, you know? And so that's what it's going to be on.
Yeah, it's if I'm understanding it right, it's basically take care of the physical foundation first if you want to get everything else in order. Which
thanks for summing it up in like 10 seconds, and it took me like 20 minutes to say all that.
No, because it's one sentence, but I mean, there's a whole you could go on for hours and it still wouldn't be complete. I mean, it's a lifelong journey to understand stuff. But it reminds me a lot too of the old Anthony Robbins saying that if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. That's paraphrasing him, but you probably heard that too from him. But yeah, I'm definitely in that camp, and I really support your message with this and your mission. And I'm really excited that we can give you a platform for it in Miami. And it's powerful, and I love that you can focus on men with it too. And you're coming from the perspective of being a man. You're not female, you're male. So I think it's going to be cool all around.
Yeah, ever since the operation.
Yeah.
In Thailand.
Yeah, well, hey, better late than never. I mean, oh my, we've had some.
I feel so.
Did you go to the surgery in your Ferrari, or was it the Lambo that time? So
yeah, sorry guys, we've been joking a lot for the past hour and a half, so I had to keep it up. But yeah, no, it's great to have this platform. It's great to be talking about something that I'm so passionate about, and something that I feel. One of the things I wanted to do is reframe health and fitness for guys, because I have Men's Health magazines around me. I know it. Lose 10 pounds.
Yeah. Get
the attention of the ladies. Finally see your six-pack. Build bulging biceps. That stuff's okay. But I want to but that only speaks to a certain type of guy and not to every guy. And some guys get turned off by that. But what I try to sell people on is, and men on, is health and fitness is a tool for success. It's a path to self-mastery. And when you can master your health, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, all of a sudden, that issue with motivation, you got it handled. That issue with your temper, or getting your feelings hurt too easily, you got it handled. And I'm into physical fitness, and I'm into mental fitness as well. And I'll talk probably a little bit about that, but really we're going to be focusing on how to get into the best shape of your life.
Yeah, that's the mission I'm supportive of, very much so, man. I mean, hey, maybe with the mental fitness we can do that in 2017 when we have you back. So that'd be cool if you started now overcoming adversity, and then the tragedy and becoming who you are, and then physical fitness, then mental fitness for men. I think that'd be pretty powerful, and that'd be really that would catch a lot of people's attention at the events, both speakers and attendees both. So kick ass, man. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll focus on the sleep stuff too in the future. I know that's a big thing for you. So I think that was initially the talk you were going to give in Miami, but now you've expanded it to this, which I think is pretty powerful stuff. Even more powerful. So
I'll talk about sleep, but one of the things that and I'm grateful that you're giving me the opportunity to kind of change things around, because what I want to do, first of all, is get guys clear on who and what they really are. And one of the things that you see so often with guys, and I used to be this way, is they're wondering why they don't feel like the man that they want to be. And it's that we didn't evolve in a society, in a place, in an environment that was, hey, let's play some Xbox and PlayStation 4 and order some pizza, guys, and then, look at porn online, and then, I'm going to just work on my computer when I go to work. I don't have to do anything physical. And they wonder, the movie Free Willy, they have this whale in captivity. When they finally let it go, because that's the right thing to do, it forgot how to hunt for food. It forgot how to survive in the wild. And most guys, what I think they're suffering from is that disconnect between knowing how to survive in the wild and bringing that back and putting it into place and making it work in this modern world that we're in.
Yeah.
And that starts with health and fitness, because there are no rites of passage anymore, because certainly going to college isn't that, and certainly becoming a father isn't that. you need something different to set you up, because there's plenty of fathers who are not not to call out any fathers, but it doesn't count. Anybody can have a kid. It just takes sex to do that.
Yeah.
And going to college isn't that big of a deal either.
Yep.
You need a rite of passage to put yourself through, to build your strength up, to make you more of that hunter, that hunter that you used to have to be to survive in the brutal environment that we evolved in.
Yeah, brutal. Yeah, would be an understatement almost. We talked about it on the other show, but yeah, very dark history. It's interesting though. What you're saying is, if I'm understanding it right, and to rephrase it, you're basically saying that the way a lot of men feel, and the way to the extent they're self-aware of it and stuff, the way they feel is predictable based on the environment that they're in and that they're indulging in so extensively. So a lot of computer work maybe, and then very little exercise. A lot of games and eating pizza and all kinds of like high gluten stuff and all kinds of shit. So is that about right? But basically, the way people feel, the way men feel if they don't feel manly and masculine, it's predictable based on your environment.
Absolutely. And we know this to be true. Obesity rates are skyrocketing. Sleep issues are skyrocketing. We know that in spite of all the information about health and fitness, we know and all the information about exercise and all the availability of gyms everywhere now, that people still aren't doing what they need to do. And when you start doing that, you're going to start to feel the way that you want to feel, and you won't need any affirmations to do it, and you won't need any like men's groups to do it. Not saying that any of that stuff is bad, but this is more fundamental stuff. Get it handled, and then whatever is left over, figure it out then, but get your health handled if you want to be a man, right? If you want to be the best man that you can be.
Yeah. No, this is definitely, I think that your physical health and your physical body is one of the most, people look at the convention and, the purpose that I put to it and all that, actualizing your ideal self and becoming the ideal man. But that, I don't talk about it enough, but that definitely includes your physical body. I mean, fuck, like you are a physical human being, and that is extremely important. It's the foundation of everything. Without it, you have nothing. You're just dead, or whatever. So yeah, it's powerful stuff, and I love that you can focus on like this and connect the dots for them. We haven't had enough of this probably at the convention. As much as we've focused on health, a lot of it hasn't been connecting it between like the mental and the physical and the feelings and being masculine. So this will actually be, I think, pretty new for the convention, as much as we've had both specific fields talked about. So I'm excited that you can bridge that gap for these guys and for the speakers too.
I'm excited about it because for me, this isn't just a cool talk that seemed clever to give. For me, it was personal.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
It wasn't until I started building myself up in the gym, and also a lot of martial arts training. I got a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I competed quite a bit in it, and trained with some of the world's best guys and MMA fighters and UFC champions. And that helped me. That was my rite of passage. That was the modern day rite of passage that I had. And everything was different for me after that. And I feel like with health and fitness, to go back to, the men's health thing, too many guys are focused on the vanity side of it. And it brings out that narcissism that is not so manly. And that we don't need more of that. And I really think that when guys have a different perspective, when they start to understand that this is really a tool to be successful in their life the way they want to be, I think that, or I hope that the guys who aren't already taking care of themselves start doing it. And the guys who are maybe, just kind of pumping up their bodies in the gym, already exercising, start to think about it on a higher level.
It sounds to me like what you're saying too is that, getting your health in order and your physical fitness and your body, it's going to empower every area of your life, not just the way you look or something, or like girls being more attracted to you, but it's going to empower everything. That's been my experience, and that seems to be what you're getting at too with it, which I like a lot.
Yeah, is that right? Absolutely. I mean, that's how I stay focused in my business. When I'm down, I go hit a workout, I feel better. Doesn't matter that things aren't going my way.
Well, hey, you'll be glad to know that right after this call, I'm going to go work out on the arcs machine with my friend. So there we go.
I love it. And how are you going to feel afterward?
Probably pretty fucking awesome. And then I'm going on a date later too, so I'll feel just fucking pumped up. So,
in fact, that's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
When I gave my talk at your event, I worked out that day, and people are always asking me, "Oh, what do you do about stage fright? I get so nervous public speaking." It's like, well, I do too, but it goes back to health and fitness as being a tool for success. I worked out. I wasn't nervous when I got up there. I was pumped.
Yeah.
And that's because I prepared myself. I trained for it like an athletic event, like it was something that, like a jiu-jitsu competition that I used to do.
Yeah. Hey, so we've talked a lot about, you spoke in Orlando, and then you're going to be speaking in Miami very soon. Everyone can get tickets at the21convention.org to go see Ted speak, along with a bunch of other speakers, like 24 or more, in Miami, Florida this October. But in the meantime, Ted, how can people learn from you more about getting their health in order independently through coaching and training with you and stuff like that? Can you talk to me about, you have CEO strength, right? So can we talk about that?
Sure. I have, I'm available for one-on-one coaching. That's going to be outside of most people's price range. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a group together where I could give people one of the great workout programs that took me 17 years to learn how to write. And this is like the culmination of the 17 years that I've been in the health and fitness industry, and not just me doing the same thing that I learned in year one, 17 years, but learning from all the amazing people I've learned from in seminars, from courses, and spoke to on my podcast, and have everybody benefit from that. So if you want to get your health and fitness handled, look at my group fitness coaching program at legendarylifepodcast.com/coaching. Make sure you let me know that you heard about me through the 21 convention when you sign up to the coaching. It's 50% off right now because we're in beta test mode. We put some people through this experimental workout and nutrition program, and it's got an app so you can track your habits, and we meet for coaching calls, and there's training videos on nutrition, sleep, stress management. And it's going to be on sale for a bit longer. I don't know how much longer, and that's not some stupid marketing thing. It's the truth. I believe this is one of the best programs out there as far as the actual workout and content and its ability to change your health, your body, and your life. But we're putting together the marketing. We've got to wait. It takes time to get before and after pictures and to get all the marketing in place. So if you want to sign up for it now and get 50% off, it's legendarylifepodcast.com/coaching.
Cool. I'll definitely put a link as well underneath the video for people to go check that out. And like you mentioned too, you actually have a free video series you've been working on for people, right? That they're going to be able to get pretty soon.
Yeah, we put together some videos on exercise, on the common mistakes that guys make in the gym. And we put together a nutrition video on 5 traps that make you fat. And we put in, we're doing a 3rd video on sleep. Okay. And so we'll be putting out that soon. I'm getting you the video that will go up on your site to kind of introduce the whole thing. But if you want your health and fitness handled, even if you don't want to sign up to my coaching group, definitely watch this video series, because I guarantee you will learn a ton of information to take away and put into your life. In fact, we give you a 4-week workout program. We give you a nutrition guide, and we give you a sleep optimization guide. And if you want to boost your testosterone, save your money. Don't spend it on supplements. Spend your time and energy learning how to optimize your sleep. And that is the single most testosterone boosting activity that you can do.
Yeah. Better than the stuff out of the bottle, right? It's taking pills for it or something. So maybe that's why it's so difficult to promote. It's not a lot of incentive for people to sell it. So you're one of the only people I know that focuses on sleep this tightly. No one else. Everyone else is like, hey, buy this fucking supplement for $20 a bottle or something or more. So
I love supplements, but the number one thing I say about supplements is that you don't need them. And I love supplements. I love them.
Yep.
creatine monohydrate, and all these other great things that you can take. But if
Yeah.
the fact is, I spent my 20s searching for the magic supplement. I never found it. I took a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It really comes down to the basics of exercise, of nutrition, and definitely sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like you said, it's hard to sell for people, and maybe that's why it's not as popular. But you see it becoming more popular.
Yeah, it is.
Because everybody is exhausted, nothing else works, right? As well.
Yep. Cool. Well, hey, Ted, I appreciate you coming on this call as well as the earlier one. We're going to wrap it up now. We'll get this out on YouTube in full to the whole channel. Guys, this has been Ted Ryce. He spoke recently at the Under 21 convention. You can find him at legendarylifepodcast.com/coaching to get CEO strength. And also, Ted will be in Miami this October 20th to 23rd. You can see him live by getting a ticket at the21convention.org. Meet him in person, shake his hand, and learn from him the whole weekend and get to talk to him and stuff. And he'll also have a free video series he's working on, like he mentioned, for you guys now too. And he'll put out a video in a few days or a few weeks on our channel for that. And I'll tell you exactly where to go get that special video series he's making for you guys. So Ted, appreciate you coming on. I'll see you soon in Miami, and look forward to having you there once again at the 21 convention.
Absolutely, Anthony. Thank you for the opportunity, and looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a blast.
Yes, sir. See you soon.